Good morning. Welcome to Hiram Hikes. I'm Hiram. For the third time, I'm in the Smokies. Almost a little later than I intended to be. Came up from Gatlinburg. It's cold. It's below freezing, but not as cold as it was yesterday. And I'm getting ready to head south. Got my pack on. Got my permit. Got my parking permit and my backpacker permit. And as I stand here trying to videotape this, my hands are cold. It is cold and it's a little bit windy. So good things today. Hope things are gonna go great. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, and it's supposed to warm up a little, I hope. Heading south. Kind of says what needs to be said. While I've been trudging up and down and going through the woods and up and down the hills, the reality is there's a road in the parking lot right behind me. Don't know which one it is. Well, I mean, I don't know the specific name of the pull-off, but could see about where I am. It is, time-wise, about 9:20. So less than an hour and a half. A lot of up and down. Indian Gap Road. So this is Indian Gap. All right, moving on. I'll stop probably at Mount Collins Shelter, which is 3.3. A lot of up today. The high point of today is over 6,600 feet. So a lot of up today. Gonna kick my butt. Moving on. There've been some ice flows. So far, nothing big enough or hard enough to get around that it would be easier to put my micro spikes on. So then just to work your way around them. See the roadway right there. So far I've just worked my way through it. The net of the cold temperatures is probably a positive. That's northbound. I'm headed south. The net is probably a positive because lots of areas that are crunchy and hard that look like yesterday afternoon were probably very muddy and slippery. And right now I can just kind of trudge right through those. Just keep an eye out for ice. Have seen no one on the trail yet. Which probably means there was no one at Mount Collins Shelter last night, because I probably would have met them by now going in the other direction. That's pretty green. So about noon, a little under 4 hours of hiking. I've gone about 4.4 miles. I'm at a great spot right now. I got out of the ice. Trail has been more ice than anything else coming up. So you kind of rock hopping. You go from one rock sticking up out of the ice to the next one. I mean, I've got micro spikes, but I don't like hiking in them, so I haven't put them on. I'm about half a mile from the first shelter. I was totally wrong on people not being there. There were over a dozen there last night, like 15 or so, which is very problematic for me because I like to talk, and I've talked to almost all of them, some of them too long. I met a hiker right as I was finishing that last recording called Dogbone, No Bow. As soon as he heard Hiram, it was going to be a long conversation. I also noticed he was wearing a tag that had a Masonic square and compass, and I'm a Mason, and Hiram is a Masonic thing that some of you know and some of you don't. But anyway, so we chatted a lot, and I met a guy named Cornelius, a younger guy. We chatted way too long. He's from Seattle. Dogbone was from Pennsylvania. I've met, I think, all 15 of the ones that were at the shelter last night and chatted with all of them. I mean, there were a couple that were just kind of fairly quick exchange of trail names and hi, how you doing? But yeah, need to talk less, walk more. So I haven't recorded as much. Also, just I'm not going to stand on the ice and record. I'm told there's a mile before CLINGMANS Dome. The last mile is just one big ice flow. I will definitely be putting my micro spikes on for that. I don't like hiking in them. I'd rather rock hop than walk in them, because you're walking on ice, that's fine, but then you're walking on rock and it grates and grinds, and I don't like it. So I don't know when I'll record next. Certainly if I get to CLINGMANS Dome here soon, I will. It's going to be a push to get to the shelter I wanted to go to today, so I'm not going to record a ton. It's a gorgeous day. I'd say it's right around freezing right now, maybe just a little bit above. I haven't seen much melting, and you go by I've gone by 2 water sources where there was flow, and lots where everything was just silent and frozen up solid. It's been getting pretty cold up here at night, and the last couple of days has stayed real cold. Today's the first day, and I think 3 where it's supposed to go above freezing during the day. I'm headed south. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So continue to meet lots of people and talk way too much. Lots of nice people out here. So Mount Collins Shelter is half a mile down the Sugarland Mountain Trail. There'll be a mile down and back total for me. Guess it's pretty good downhill. Not going there, sorry. I'm on the Appalachian Trail, obviously. And so 3.4 to Clingman's Dome. 4.5 back to Newfound Gap, which is where I started today. Again, we tend to have stretches where it's mostly ice, and then some that isn't too bad. Again, I've been told that the last mile up to Clingman's Dome is just solid ice, be microspikes the whole way. So, I mean, it is what it is. Headed north, which is that way. So I'm still walking my way around the ice flows, but it's getting harder and harder. And I'm told as I get farther up, it'll continue to get harder. Trail's alive with people. I continue to meet somebody every few minutes. Still talking too much. Elevation right now, about 5,970. It's hard to explain it and hard to picture it, but this is kind of why they recommend microspikes. If you can see how much up that is, but there's a lot of up there. Could you grab trees and drag yourself up without them and jump rocks? Yes. Is it easier and safer with microspikes? Yes. So I am on Clingman's Dome, elevation 6,600 and something. AT's down that way. The trail doesn't actually come all the way to the top. This is kind of an iconic structure on the trail. There's this winding spiral path up to the tower. I'm going up, and this is my backpack, my 30 pounds of companion that is not going up. I think I'm even going to risk it without my trekking poles, but I'm going to head up and give you a video from up there. So I'm certainly going to spend less time here than I'd really like to. And I have a mic for windy conditions. It's in my backpack, which is not at the top. Way back to the Nock, the Nahandahala, whatever river and whatnot. That's a river you can see over there. So I'm going to just this is more or less to the south. Coming around to the east. Could do a full walk all the way around. I have seen this site up on top here where it was absolutely standing room only with a crowd of people on the ramp coming up. And I've also seen people up here in a blizzard just because you got to come up here. So off to the east. If you want to come here, you can. Believe it or not, where I'm standing is considered handicapped accessible. There is a parking lot not far down from here, and the road's closed right now, but there is a parking lot. And the reason I didn't do a full circle when I was standing down on the bottom is because actually rangers had pulled up. And so there's the area where I was standing down below. You can see my white pack and the trekking poles. And just beyond that, you can see that roadway. And the fact is the rangers came up the roadway in a 4x, ATV, whatever you want to call it. And they were checking out some of the wood that needed to be replaced and stuff like that down on the trail. But so you could be here if you wanted to be. Anybody. And the ramp is, comes all the way up, circles around, and comes all the way up. Anybody can get here if you want to. So I expected to be here in February, and I told some friends that I was going to celebrate with a cupcake. I got 2 candles, but I'm not going to light them. After all of the cautions about trying to light 65 candles up here, needing a special federal permit, I didn't obviously go with that. So 1 candle is for me, and 1 is for all the rest of you that wish you were here and can be here if you want to be. I told one of my friends, hey, I was going to celebrate, bring cake up and have a birthday cake celebration. He says, that's cool, cake and ice cream on Clingman's Dome to celebrate your 65th. That would be great. And I said, no, I just said cake. But then I got thinking about it, and so Rich, I thank you for your suggestion. So I went out and I bought a freeze-dried ice cream sandwich. So I'm going to celebrate my 65th. It's not my 65th. It was in February. I mean, obviously that's when I intended to be here. But I got freeze-dried ice cream, and my cupcake to celebrate my 65th birthday on CLINGMANS Dome, 6,650 feet, more or less. What a great day. Here's to all us old guys, and here's to all of you who aren't here, who wish you could be here. Don't pass it up. One other milestone worth mentioning while I'm up here. This is mile 200 of the Appalachian Trail. I say up here, I mean up on CLINGMANS Dome. I'm not up on the tower anymore. In fact, I'm down, and I need to get headed south to get to my shelter. Still got a ways to go, and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Should be able to do it, no problem. Hope you're having one. And as you can tell, it's a gorgeous day. It's just a little above freezing. Unfortunately, it's supposed to snow tonight and then turn to rain tomorrow. Kind of a nasty combo. We'll see what happens. Heading south. Just a quickie. Didn't plan this. Just seemed like a nice spot. Trail steep going down. Been a little ice, not a lot. Got a ways to go, so this is gonna be quick, but nice view. This is looking, kind of to the southwest. Southwest. So I'm at Double Spring Shelter. Shelter's pretty full, and a bunch of tents. Some more out back. I think I picked a really, really windy spot to put my tent, but it's what was left. Kind of when I got here, the flat places that weren't near the privy. Kind of cool. Taylor, New Hampshire hiker, is here. Got to chat with her a little bit. Followed her last year. Met her over at Deerfield Fair. Windy. Sun's going down. Haven't put up my air mattress yet. Haven't done anything. Everybody seems to be gradually making their way towards sleeping bags. It looks really light out, but it's not. It's getting dark. Current time is 10 minutes of 8. 10 minutes of 8 at night. It's starting to get dark. And I'm getting ready to go to bed.